Leaves.
The next one is accessibility. Accessibility in some countries is a mandatory requirement when it comes to digital products. I'm not so sure about India. So accessibility actually means any content, product, function, or environment that should be usable by everyone, regardless of their physical or cognitive status. So in 2016, there was a blind man in the US who actually sued Dominos, the pizza chain, because he could not order pizza online on the website as well as the mobile app, despite using screen reading software. Now, in 2019, after 3 years of struggle, the Supreme Court ruled in his favor. And this was actually a notable case. What Domino's tried to do was they urged the court to review their decision, but the court completely declined. And this was a notable case also because looking at this case, there was a steady increase in accessibility lawsuits in the US and throughout the world. That is why in many countries, especially in Europe, in many parts of the Western world, in many industries as well, digital accessibility is a mandatory requirement. If I'm not mistaken, India also has the 2016 Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, which provides certain guidelines. So if anybody is interested in these, you can reach out to me. I can share the links to these. This is interesting. Accessibility is not just, when we think of accessibility, it's more in terms of people with disabilities, but I would also say accessibility was for certain segments of users. Now, when we look at, when we look at elders or older people, they're very difficult to use for certain older people. So the typical point size that a mobile phone would use, a smartphone would use, is a 12 point. Generally, when research is conducted with older people, they tend to use a 36 point on their, on their other devices, and for them, phones become a little difficult. So if you have an app, or if you have a website, or if you have any content that this segment of users is going to use, on smaller devices, as developers, as product creators, you should ensure that there is enough accessibility built into these kind of artifacts. So again, I feel accessibility should not be restricted only to digital, but should also be considered in all aspects of user interface or user experience design.